This is the pizza dough that I make when I'm using my home oven. I start with dissolving some fine sea salt into room temperature water, then I add some honey and then the yeast. I only use a tiny bit of yeast for my dough because this has a long fermentation time. And then for my flour, I do a combo of bread flour and 00, and then I incorporate that into the yeast mixture to create a rough dough, and then this will get covered with a damp towel and sit for 30 minutes. Then I mix in the olive oil and transfer this to a container, and then this is going to rest for another 30 minutes. Then I start the stretch and fold process. This is simply done by stretching the dough up and folding it underneath itself for a total of 4 times to complete each corner. And I repeat the same technique 3 more times with a 30-minute rest in between each set. And now the dough will sit out at room temperature for a full 20 hours, and this is what it looked like the next day. Now I evenly portion the dough into 4 rounds and give them a good shape, and then I transfer them to a lightly oiled container, and the dough will cold ferment in my fridge for 48 hours. This is a dough that does take a few days to make, but the flavor and texture that comes from the long fermentation is unbeatable. And the day that I want to make pizza, I let the dough sit out at room temp for at least 3 hours before shaping, topping, and baking.